Hello my brothers, this is The Order, welcome back to The Order, I'm Celtic Templar, and welcome back to another reviewing video, and today y'all, we're actually going to be taking a look at this beautifully new sword I got from my good buddy, Anus. Now, Anus informed me of, I actually had to contact him and such, and upon buying this, it cost me about $257, however, an extra $90 for this butt cap. Or sword cap, whatever you pronounce it as, which is a historical style Pictish sword. Yes, that's right. I now own a Pictish style sword. Maybe you might ask, why is it so small? I thought Pictish swords were long. Well, not exactly true. Majority of Pictish style swords, especially by the northern ends, were the further north you go, the further shorter they got. So yeah. But in such, for the price, it was well worth it, because also I even got the wooden scabbard and such, which covered the leather, as well I even got a said baldric, which is kind of good. Now, as well, it came extremely oiled, so it's still taking me a while to get off all this oil. I'm not kidding, this is taking a long time, I have to admit, because literally I am getting oil chunks here and there, but still, it is perfectly awesome of a weapon. I do love the fact it's extremely small, which makes it perfect, almost like identical to a gladius-style sword. The handle length is around 4 inches, blade length is 24, and overall is 29 inches. It's made of carbon steel blade, which actually acts pretty awesome. As well, it even has a historical-style Pictish design handle guard. However, some people say, Templar, isn't this supposed to be more flattened? Yes and no. You gotta admit, this is actually a really cool weapon. I actually do like this scabbard though, which, take a look at our said butt cap. They actually tried their best to make it as historically accurate as possible to this image here. They did try their best. Which I kind of like that how good it is. It actually does look pretty awesome. But now, maybe you're wondering, Templar, how good were these weapons? Who used them? And such. Well, the major people that actually used them would be the Picts. Pictish warriors who have actually used them would either be of the middle class, or of which would be the higher, noble class. So in such, someone that which could be, well, afford it. In such, common Pictish warriors sometimes were known to have used these, but it's a kind of 50-50 case that they did. Other cases do state that Pictish warriors might have used long daggers or whatever, or blades or knives, I don't know what it would, but this is the best thing that comes to mind. So the weight is almost like about a pound and such. It actually does feel like a pound, but I think most of that weight is because of this cap here. So yeah. It does weigh a lot when you wear it. Point of balance is right about here. And this is a custom-made sword that I had to buy from them. Now, they did a very great job at it, which I do love. Now, a major thing is, though, if any of y'all are looking for a custom-made sword, or of which you see a sword online and of which you can't buy it because, one, it's either sold out, or 2, it's discontinued, or something like that, back ordered, or whatever. Here's the thing. Go to my buddy Amos, who of which actually, well, is part of this group here, that actually does their job to make sure of making historically accurate style swords. However, if you want to make a weird style sword, like from fantasy, be my guest, but keep me away from it sometimes. But now, many of you might wonder, though, Templar, how dangerous are these weapons? Well, it's actually been reported by Roman military soldiers that stated that this weapon cleaved into their skulls through their helmet. I don't know if that's true or not, but the power of this, let's test it out, shall we? Okay, y'all. First, we're going to, when it comes to test cutting, we're first going to try out on our shield. Then we're going to go to our helmet.
I wanted to do coconuts. Sadly, there were none in stock at the point. So, yeah. So, pretty much what we're going to do is test out the cutting blow and as well the thrust. I think the thrust would do damage, but I think the cut would be a lot more dangerous. So, let's see what happens. That actually almost made it to the fuller. That is one hell of a deep cut. Oh man.
Just take a look where that cut is. Oh.
Okay, let's do a side cut as well. That actually did damage to some of our brass. Okay, full on. Now we can see why the Picts use this weapon so much. This is a devastating weapon, and as well, it's short enough to be almost like a gladius. So, see how that could work. Got enough penetration for it. That shield took some damage. All in all, I have to say it worked pretty well. But maybe we should move on to the helmet. Alright, now let's test out with the late Roman style helmet, since technically the Picts were first discovered, or technically, I wouldn't say discovered, I would have to say, faced off against the Romans during the 3rd century crisis. The best helmet for this would be the late style. So, let's see what happens. Wow! This thing actually did do a cutting blow. Uh-oh. I think I just noticed something really bad here. The sword is not meant for cutting use. Do damage? Problem is, it loosened our grip a little. Yeah, that's not good. So yeah, I'm not going to do any further cutting with this. So I'm worried this thing's going to fall apart on me.
Alright, now as y'all saw there, we test cutted with the shield. Did extremely well on it. However, as soon as we got to our said helmet, might have fucked up our sword handle. For one, I could see, it's not the problem is, it's not the crafter's fault or whatever, it's the wood. They accidentally separated the wood between these lines here, as you can see. In other words, this thing is kind of moving back and forth a little, and somewhat also the guard. Yeah, that's kind of scary. So now this is definitely more than a decoration piece, sadly. I'm just glad that the front piece up here is attached to the guard somehow. So, yeah, I've already informed my buddy about it. Luckily, he's informed me that this will never happen again on any other swords. So if any of y'all want to buy a sword like this from him, please do. Just tell him and make sure to make sure it's a one solid handle guard. In other words, make sure it's a one solid handle. Make sure it doesn't have any separations. Because if you ask me, that's the one major thing that separates a said decorative sword comparing it to a said working sword. Because one, the handle is awesome. The only problem is I now have to deal with that. I'm a little worried about using this now. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to fix this. Probably very soon, because I'm kind of scared I could end up losing it. Incredibly. Don't worry, y'all. I will make sure to fix the handle if I can. But in such, there's no problem with it at all right now. So, yeah. However, if any of y'all want to buy this, as I said, check them out. I will leave a link down below in the description where y'all can contact them. They do customary weapons. Just make sure it's a 100% fully solid handle, as I said. Because one, they said it would never happen like this again. Because one, I think they thought that this would make it look awesome. Problem is, it does look awesome, but it's more of a decorative piece. In other words, it's not meant for warfare use. It's not meant for battle-ready use. So, if any of y'all are wanting it also for reenactment use, I highly advise telling them about this. In other words, make sure that it's blunt and all that, to make sure it doesn't accidentally hurt somebody. But still, if any of y'all want to buy something like this from them, please be my guest. Because one, as I said, this was their mistake from accidentally doing this, which they actually understand my point about it. Still though, I had to put this out here. This sword did extremely well on our helmet and our shield. So the only problem was this handle that gave out. So much so that, yeah. As I said, just make sure to buy it from them and such. If y'all want a said customary sword from them, please be my guest. But as well, as I said, make sure it's a solid handle guard type area. In other words, make sure it's a solid wood handle, not a separated wood handle like I got. So, yeah, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm not fond of that. That kind of, like, ruined my love for the sword now. Because I really did love this, but now it's kind of more of a decoration piece. Still, though, hopefully it doesn't break on me. So, yeah. But anyways, if any of y'all want to buy these, I will said I will leave links down below where you can get this contact information to contact my buddy to making this sword. But anyways, guys, this is the Celtic Templar. Hopefully you liked this video. Like and subscribe for more. And as well, y'all, if y'all want me to have a customary sword or weapon, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to inform them so that way we can hopefully have one of these weapons being made. So, hopefully see y'all in the next one. And have a great day.